know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka!
Hey,
Yes.
All right. Oh man, that's how you start Friday off.
That's what I'm talking about. There's only one synonym that describes Friday, and boom shakalaka.
That's it.
Yes, indeed. I don't know who invented it, but I'm in agreement.
I like it.
Yes, yes. And we have a beautiful co-host today,
Well,
Yes,
thank
we
you.
do.
Thank you very much.
and her name happens to be. Do you have a middle name?
Idell.
Okay, what is it?
Cassandra Idell Hart.
Idell.
Idell.
Oh, I thought you were saying Idell.
No, not Idell. It's Idell.
Okay, so Cassandra Idell.
Uh-huh,
Idell Hart. And she is married. She's married to Mary Quentin Hart.
Yes, yes.
And she's joining us today. She's an educator, assistant principal. And what school is that?
I'm at Hoover Middle School.
At Hoover, yeah.
Hoover Middle School. I was in elementary for about 18 years and transitioned to Hoover this year. So
Okay, that's what was throwing me off. 'cause
Yes,
I was
that's
I'm
why- yep,
remembering
yep,
you
yep.
from elementary. Yeah.
Right, right. Because we actually came out to Hawkeye Tech back in 2006 or 8
Something
or
like
something
that.
like that when we first put
Aye.
out Good Morning Lovey and Travis, and you were so nice to have us read to your class and all that. You were
Yes.
probably still in school then? Or
you did. You came to Lowell. I was actually at Lowell then.
oh,
You
okay.
came. I was at Lowell when you
Okay.
came. Yep.
All right, well, my memory must be failing.
That's
me,
all
but
right.
That's okay. Anyway, welcome. Welcome.
Thank
to
you
Rocki
for
and
having
Chaveevah
me.
Live.
Thank
Yes, and welcome everybody to Rocki and Chaveevah Live, because you know it's always, always, always something good happening on the north end.
And everywhere else in the Cedar Valley.
That's right.
And you know this. You grew up
Yeah,
on the
of
north
course,
end. Did
of
you grow up
course.
on the north end?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Born and raised.
And you know, even though the infrastructure isn't all that we'd like it to be, there's so much beautiful stuff that happens that we have trouble telling. We have to tell people, no, there's so much good going on.
I know, and this is just another way, another avenue for just our city to know more about the Northeast End, a lot of things that they may not have privy to know about.
Right,
So we
right.
thank you for the avenue for just letting everybody know what goes on in our city.
You're
Thank
welcome. We
you.
love doing it because,
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
way more good stuff happening and great people,
Mm-hmm.
events, all that kind of stuff.
And
Yeah.
last week we had a really, really great show. I don't know if you got to watch it.
I didn't.
You didn't
I
see
didn't
it.
get
Well,
to
we
watch.
had very interesting guests. We had Kathy Mahoney, who's a criminal defense lawyer, and she actually came on and talked a little bit about a lot of things that we would really need to know. But we found that we kind of ran short of time. So,
Yeah.
and then we already had DJ
Yeah.
Soli as well, who was also very informed and.
Yeah, about those criminal justice issues. And we had really wanted to talk to him more about his weight loss journey and just different
Yes.
things going on with him. And we found ourselves following this route, talking about the social justice things that Kathy Mahoney had brought up. So that calls for another show.
Right,
If you
DJ,
guys
we
are
got to
listening,
get you
yes.
back, and Kathy will have to have some shows just with them, just talking about some of those
yes.
important issues.
And of course, we had Brian Sink as our co-host.
Oh,
Chef Brian.
yes, yes,
Yes.
Brian Sink, and he's got some really good things going on at Locals too. German buffets and food from India
Really?
cuisine as well. Yeah, so check out Locals when you're out and about. And the Taste of Waterloo is coming up too. Now, you know, it's a whole bunch of stuff we could talk about. We just kind of want to let y'all know all about there's a lot of bad stuff out there. Zion, I'm sorry, we had comments before we get moving on there. Tell me about it.
Sherie K. Zion says one of the fastest ladies in town.
Oh,
Hey,
Kerris.
yeah.
Oh, not you, Chaveevah. They're talking about our guests.
Okay.
Juliet Thurman Dunn says Iowa Jobs for America's Graduates is IJAG.
Okay,
It's a
thank
dropout
you.
prevention program.
Thank you.
Yes, Juliet's so helpful.
Renita Wright says Cassandra Hart.
That's right. She wins a copy.
All
Did she
right,
spell
Renita.
it right? Cassandra Hart. Yes, she is.
And Juliet Thurman Dunn just says Cassandra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regina Polk says Miss Hart.
Oh, how
Gina.
nice. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Zion. So we were talking about some of the stuff going on in the news. Shaviva,
Yeah.
what's really happening?
Hey, it's been one of those things that's just been running on and on about this whole varsity blues thing with these people who were basically paying to get their kids into college and stuff like that. And this one couple, this actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, they actually rejected a plea deal because I guess they didn't think it was as serious. But now they might be looking at like 20 years, possibly 20 years in jail if they're found guilty.
Wow.
Yeah.
It turned out to be a big mess.
Oh, look at it. But did you also hear about, I believe, is it Julian Hassan, the
Yes.
WikiLeaks founder,
Yes.
getting arrested and dragged from the embassy in London? The U.S. might try to extradite him back to face charges on computer-related crimes.
Yeah,
Wow.
that could be wild right there.
Definitely.
Gee whiz. And Shaviva, you've been keeping me abreast of that. You're so political.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was
Yes. And what about the woman who lit a cigarette on the airplane?
Yeah.
That's too
Spirit
much. Thought it was
Airlines.
no smoking.
Right. And made them have to land early and everything until the flight attendant actually escorted her
Had
right
to
off
put
the
her
plane.
off the plane. Who don't know you ain't supposed to smoke on the plane?
I hope they landed before they put her off.
But that'll be another news.
Right. But guess what?
We ain't supposed to talk about it.
No, we're not.
We're not going to talk about none of that bad stuff. You can hear that anywhere.
That's right.
You come to watch our show because we talk about the good things
That's right.
happening on the North End and from a North End perspective
Absolutely.
and everywhere else.
You
So
know
we
it.
got good things like what?
Hey, what we are going to talk about, boom, we're going to talk about our guests. Yes. We're going to talk about our guests today. Yes, we have
Yes.
Kerris Roberts, an outstanding East High student athlete, and her mother, Sherie Roberts. She's going to talk to us about what's going on in her life and
Yes.
also, like we said, our awesome co-host.
And that leads us to you.
All
Tell
right.
us a little bit about what's going on in your world these days.
Oh,
How do you
my
like
goodness.
changing to junior high school from elementary school?
You know, I love what I do. You have to have a passion to do what you do. Love working with our students and young people. I've been in the education field for about 19 years, and all 18 of them have been with elementary. So when the opportunity came to work with middle school, I was thinking, who, like my son?
Right.
These are my I have an 8th grader. I asked, how's school? Fine. It's just a one-word answer. Fine.
Yes,
Great.
yes.
Cool. No. So I thought it would be another opportunity to work with a different group of students, which I haven't worked with before. And I was just, thrilled to do that. And I'm loving it.
Oh,
It's different. I'm really loving it.
That's great.
And now, I know you're the assistant principal.
Yes.
There's no such thing as corporal punishment anymore.
No.
But still, going to the principal's office can't be a good thing. I mean, do they even do that anymore?
Well,
Are
I
you
think
the end all when
it's
it
a
comes-
difference. I think what's important for me, I just build that relationship with students. So when I need to talk to them, they don't see it as I'm getting in trouble because we have a relationship. And that is so important when we're talking with our young people and have a relationship to even break through, to even reach them. You have to have a relationship. So when I call a student out of class, some like, ooh, or they're like, oh, that's just Miss Hart. They need to talk to you about
okay.
some stuff.
It's just-
So, depending on what the situation is, or probably the look on my expression, they can read me like, ooh, you in trouble now.
Okay.
She's side looking at you.
Oh,
or
giving
whatnot.
you the
Side
side eye.
look. She gave me a
Right.
side eye and things like that. So, I think that just tells a lot about when you have a relationship with students. You can have those conversations where it's just a pep talk or really in-depth conversation about we need to get on track, or here's some things that didn't go well, but this is what you need to do to be successful.
Now, with you and your husband both having very involved, careers that have you doing a lot of things, plus your parents, how do you kind of strike a balance whereas you actually get a chance to be not somebody's mama and
man.
not somebody's, you know.
Yeah.
I have
How
to
do you
say,
make that
thank
work?
goodness for our parents. I don't know
Yes.
what I would
And
do
her
for my
mother.
parents.
Shout
Yes.
out to
Shout out to my
Viola,
mom,
who's
dad,
also an
Viola Willie.
educator.
Yep, she's
Yes.
retired. They do a lot. Quentin's parents, pick up, drop off. My mom is picking and dropping off. And it takes a community to do those things.
Yes.
And then sometimes it takes outside. If we have to go to practice, we have other friends and families picking up our kids, dropping them off, making sure that they're okay, taken care of. Just the same
Sure.
thing
It
that we
takes
would
a
do
village,
with
right?
other children. The same thing we do. So I'm very appreciative
Yes.
of that. Actually, my daughter's with my mom now at church. I
Okay.
text her, because we have obligations, in the community, but family's important too.
Absolutely.
To
Very
make
much.
sure that you make time for your family,
Yes.
even through our busy schedule. And some days our schedules are busy, but make sure we carve out time to have at home time where we're having conversation or just we're having dinner or going out together.
Yes, that's
So
what I was
that's-
going to ask
that's-
next. Do the grandparents help you with a date night specifically?
date
your
night.
marriage is
Yes,
number one.
it is.
To keep that even kilter to where you have time alone or at least time to go out. Do you
It
incorporate
does.
that into
We
your
do,
schedule?
and it's funny because I think everybody knows when it's date night. Especially,
Okay.
yeah, I'm like, today is date night. It's
Okay.
date night this weekend.
Yeah.
Friday's my day. I think everybody knows it when it is date night. And our parents do. They do help because we need that time to
Good.
rekindle.
Oh, sure.
Just for us to be together and have that time, which is very important. It's healthy for the relationship too. We have fun on our date nights.
Well, good.
Wonderful.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
We do.
That's good to know. We got to find out what's really happening because we wake up every morning and we think we're so happy Quentin Hart is our mayor.
I'm telling you.
That the city is
yes,
gonna run
yes, he
just
loves it.
fine. And we know behind every successful man is a powerhouse of a
It
woman.
is.
No, that's right.
And we appreciate you being that powerhouse that
We
keeps
do.
him motivated.
And I'm like, okay, y'all, you had a meeting tonight, a late meeting, okay, alrighty then, okay. And I'm just like, okay, alrighty, okay, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Work.
I do. I got the house. I got everything, and that's what you do when you're a couple. When you're married, you support each other.
Oh, yes.
I do things with the kids in the household, and then he's out with the community. And he can't do it by himself. It takes all of us
course.
to get involved, to help push the issues, to get out, to go vote, and support those
Oh,
initiatives.
yes.
So yes, we do those together.
Yes, and thank you so much for all that you do in the
Thank
community
you.
outside of
Thank you.
your household. We want a quick shout out to Rodney's Kitchen. We got some things brewing up with him next month, the second
Yes,
Friday.
Second Friday.
We're gonna do a cooking show.
Ooh, that sounds good right there.
Yes. So we're looking forward to that. Rocki and Chaveevah cooking with Rodney.
Yes, cooking with Rodney. Thank you, Zion. We have some.
Yeah, I had some comments for us.
Yes, we do. So, Joyce Ann Wilder says,
Hey,
Hey, Joyce.
I love her, and how was your peach cobbler? Good evening, ladies. Please pass me a drink.
Oh, Joyce, we got to get
Joyce.
Joyce on the show.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, how was your peach cobbler?
It was good. Joyce had things all. Quinn came home one day with a caramel cake.
Oh my goodness, her
And
and
tried,
the caramel cake.
mine in the kitchen tried to hide the caramel cake, like when nobody
Oh,
see the
like
caramel
you
cake
can
in the
actually
house.
hide that
I
thing?
had a note saying his caramel cake, but the kids devoured his stuff.
Oh.
So I went and I said, Joyce, I need my own peach cobbler. So I made my peach cobbler. She made it for me, brought it home. I did share my peach cobbler.
Okay, but we didn't get none. You didn't bring none today.
No, I didn't. 'Cause
Okay.
Joyce didn't make
That's
me another
enough
one.
about the
Yes,
peach cobbler.
that's-
Thank you, Joyce. We're gonna have you on the show. We want peach cobbler when you bring it, when you come. Okay, we got a quick shout out to who else, Chaveevah?
Hey, as always, our crew.
Our crew,
Okay.
our wonderful
WCT,
crew.
That's right. We've got Ed, Mark, and the man himself, Zion.
Zion,
Yes.
who's growing right in front of our eyes.
Yes.
Shout out to Mirsad, who's doing a
Yes.
phenomenal job of sharing and
He
helping us
is.
get the word out. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. We got to get him on the show.
We got
one
to shout
day,
out
too.
all the young women who participated in Club La Dame's
Yes.
33rd
Yes.
annual
Oh,
cotillion.
yes, which
Yes.
Kerris is going to talk
Kerris.
about here really quick. And what else, Chaveevah? We had, we're working on that price for Rodney's Kitchen. You can buy yourself a ticket, have food after he demonstrates. We help him cook.
Yeah. Yes, help 'em cook.
And then
Yeah.
you'll get a plate of food. All right, and we're gonna work out that price. Shout out to Tara Thomas, and thank you so much for the nomination for the Women of Persimmon, which was a beautiful, beautiful event yesterday that we were so proud to represent in the volunteer category. Next thing we want to do is shout out to Derek Holmes. Hey,
Yes.
hometown. Thank you. We're loving our watches. Go to Banneker.
Yes.
Watches.com. What is
Yes,
it? Benjamin?
Bannekerstore.com.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And now, without further ado, I think we are going to introduce this wonderful dynamic duo.
Yes,
The two
indeed.
women of the family, the two
Yes.
girls, right? Okay, we got Kerris Roberts coming on. Thank you so much, Kerris. Join us. And should we even turn her chair a little bit so
Yes.
she's
Just
facing
so
the
we
camera
can
a little bit
see.
more?
Yep.
There you go.
And then Kerris.
There
And we
you
don't
go.
want you to- and Chaveevah will be talking to you. And we have Sherie
Yes.
Roberts,
There we go.
the mama. Hey,
Right.
welcome.
Hello.
Oh, well, to see you too.
Yes,
Hello,
indeed.
hello. Good
Yes.
to see you,
We got
Sherie.
woman power sitting here.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. And with that in mind, we have to ask you a wonderful question. But before we pull out that question, we want to present our First Lady of the city with a special gift. And it happens to be this. And it comes from, you're welcome. And you're doing a series called Women Who Inspire. And all that you do, you're very inspirational. And we just want you to have that. Open it.
I was gonna take her home. Thank you.
Show it to the camera. Show it to everyone. We
This
got
is nice. One of my
Yes.
favorite places.
right, and that you can save that for your date night.
Good. I'm not sharing.
Uh-oh.
This is for me. Yes.
Yes.
Bougie berries.
That's
And
a
thank you
secret
so-
stash, huh?
Thank you.
Yes.
Secret stash.
And they now, and this is Bougie Berries, which
Oh,
is
these
right
are the
on
new
Sixth
ones.
Street.
Flavor.
That's
The
the
new
new
flavor
flavor.
she had. That's
Strawberry
right.
crunch.
She did.
Delicious.
It
Yes.
does.
Oh, this
Yes.
is right up my alley.
Oh,
yes, it is.
good. We're glad you like it, and thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
so much. I
inspiration.
appreciate that.
You bet. And you'll have your picture on our wall. And we have something for Kerris too. Chaveevah, you do the honors.
Okay, Kerris,
I love giving gifts.
I think last month you were Student of the Month.
Yeah.
Is that right? And we
Yes.
shouted you out, and just want to give you a token of appreciation for a
Yeah.
job well done.
Yes, yes. And that is from Travis Ferguson Real Estate.
Okay.
There you
And
go.
he wanted to make it, he wanted to
Yes.
make it his
That was
business
nice. Thank
to
you.
support. Yes,
the
you're so
Students of the
welcome.
Month
Oh,
from
I
our
appreciate
local
it
high
very
schools.
much.
All
Definitely.
right. And we wanted to make sure that we got those things out of the way. And now we get to pop the question to you, Miss Sherie.
To me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's gonna be a really, really difficult question, and I hope you're ready.
All right.
Okay.
I think, oh no, it's not that difficult.
And it's
Okay.
to all of us, all of
Yes.
us. Okay, ready. Go ahead, Chaveevah.
Do you subscribe to the
Soul Town?
Actually, I don't. I read them, but now I know how to subscribe, so I
There you
will
go.
be.
All
Okay,
right,
yes.
okay.
And I did read that edition, and it was excellent.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
With Anna Weems on the cover,
Yes.
celebrating women's herstory.
Yes.
You know,
History.
who better than
Absolutely.
Anna Weems herself?
A strong and sustained history of doing great things right here in the city of Waterloo, paving the way for a lot of young people and old people that are doing stuff right now.
Right, old
Yes.
people like us.
Right.
And I happen to be sporting some of her DNA right now.
There you go.
That I'm so proud to be in that family. So, yes, and a beautiful magazine. And also, I'd like to thank Chillin personally for my
Yes.
beautiful Soul Town
Soul Town
sweatshirt,
sweatshirt. Yes,
which is all
indeed.
nice and white. I know, isn't this nice? I'm gonna love wearing this summer while
Yeah.
I'm
It says,
exercising.
I'm down with the Soul Town.
Right,
Yes.
and I've got soul.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, Chill, for this. And I guess you can get this sweatshirt too.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
online.
absolutely. Yep. And we want to say a special congratulations to the Soul Town because now the magazine is available in 18 countries.
Right.
Oh,
That
shout out
is
for
us.
that. Yes.
Chillin',
Shout out,
get it.
chillin'.
She
We're talking about
works
a broader audience.
nonstop.
International soul.
Yes.
International.
And
That's
Chillin', I'm gonna
awesome.
start writing again now since y'all got real big. I'm one of those late, right? If she'll let me. Right. Okay, so get your edition of the Soul Town either at Tri-City Clothing, you can pick one up there, you knew that,
I do now.
okay? And at Earth's Beauty Supply, and that's 403 Franklin Street. Or you can contact Chillin' at 319-505-4020. All right. Now you guys get to do some fun things because we want your vocal cords nice and loose.
Okay.
So you get to sing happy birthday
2.
to, you can start here and read that list in your outdoor voice.
Okay. Happy birthday to Heidi
Footman.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Raymond Norman, Twinette Kane Scott, Ife
Gallardo.
Gallardo, happy birthday.
Hey, Ife.
Javara Hodge,
Yes.
Keisha Amanda,
Hey, Keisha.
Keisha.
Okay, and we're going to have you get to read this one.
All right, we have Kizzy Mason,
Yeah.
Ray Clark, Billy Bailey, Dolly
Kimpiatu.
Kipiantu. I want to make sure I said that right. Palmer Bird,
Okay, and if you can do that last row.
Lyrical on the Beat, Lachey Venardsdale Wilder, Knowledge Amir Calhoun, Gabrielle Nelson Shirley, and Denia Berry.
Denia,
Denia.
baby. Yes.
And Knowledge, my grandson. Happy
Oh,
birthday,
yes.
sweetie.
Knowledge. And he really grew into that name.
He did.
I love it. It was, so interesting that Rashona named her child Knowledge. Happy birthday, Knowledge. It fits into a T. And now we get to sing. You like that part, right?
Sure.
Okay. Stevie Wonder's
there we
version.
go.
okay.
And it goes something like this.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
All
right.
right, and everybody, yay! Gabby too, and Denia.
Yes.
Oh my, Palmer Bird. I know all of these people. All right. So Chaveevah, I think you have a few questions for. We're gonna save. Who should we talk to first?
Let's talk to the mama.
The mama first. Yeah, mama
Yeah.
came
Go.
first, so go for it.
Well, just basically, Sherie, if you just tell us a little bit about yourself and, what you're into these days.
Okay, my name is Sherie, of course, and I grew up on the North End,
All right.
Waterloo native. Actually, I'm in education, just like Mrs. Hart here. I am an educator at one of the elementary schools. I came from the high school and work with special education and behavior disorder students, and I love my work. Even when I was in the private sector or worked for a nonprofit, I always managed to gravitate toward doing volunteer work for students, coaching, that type of thing. And
So you're athletic. I mean,
Yes.
were you athletic in
Yes.
high school as well? And,
Yes.
And what were some of your sports? I'm
Well,
sorry, Chaveevah.
no, it's
Just-
fine.
I played, I played volleyball to get in shape for basketball. So I
Oh.
played basketball and also ran track.
Oh, okay.
So how long have you been a sports mom? Was your older son, Everett, was involved in sports?
My
Right,
oldest
he
son,
was.
Everett, he actually was played on the basketball team with Travis.
With
They are
Travis.
good friends.
Is he playing tonight? Is he going to
No,
be there? Okay.
he won't be there, but Everett and Travis are very good friends.
Yes.
And yes, did the sports mom thing, the AAU basketball with those guys. So this is basically just a part of life. You're basically what I've done.
All your life,
All
it
my
sounds like. And your passion for teaching shows. You invited Chaveevah and I to that leadership
Yes.
thing.
Right,
and
ladies who lead.
Yes, and that was so nice.
That was a wonderful experience. Actually, Mrs. Hart's boss,
Oh.
Amy Smith,
Yep.
gave me the opportunity to come over to Irving and pull together a group of African American girls, and they were called Ladies Who Lead. They were naturally leaders in the community, in their school, and did a lot of fun things with them.
Good. Zion, do we have any comments? Any
Yes, we do.
questions for our guests?
We have some comments.
Okay.
Ward, I don't know how to say
Wardine?
it. Wardine Moore Taylor says, hello, ladies.
Hello,
Hi,
Wardine.
Cressida Young says, you all are inspirational. I'm looking forward to Chaveevah's paint and wine tomorrow.
What about
All
me?
right.
Christina, what about me? I'll be there.
Bruce Gardner says, what are your thoughts on a Democratic presidential candidate Andrew Yang has to say regarding how he's arguing for universal basic income of $1,000 per month for every American?
Yes.
And who is that candidate? Come on, Bruce. We ain't trying to get political. We ain't talking about all. We ain't finna talk about that.
That's something to think about, though, Bruce.
It
Thank
is.
you for introducing that.
Yeah, and who is this candidate?
I don't know.
There are
Okay.
about 16 or 17 candidates, so it's
There
really
are
difficult
a lot.
to
I
keep
know.
track of all
Right.
of them and
Yeah.
what their platform is.
Yeah.
Right. I say
You gotta
Rocki and
keep up
Chaveevah
to
for
date,
president.
There you go. Vice President, I'll vote for you.
Okay, thank you, Kerris. And what are some of the highlights of your mom being a sports mom? I know with Kerris now, Everett shined his own light, but now you got Kerris.
I have kids.
And she's a girl, and moms love their daughters. How proud are you?
I am very proud of my daughter, as well as my sons also.
Of course.
Very accomplished, as we've mentioned. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
really
it's a challenge,
Fun.
though,
It's a challenge, She's grounded and she's humble, so that makes it easy. It's been a ride. She's been in sports since she was 4. She started out in leisure services playing t-ball, actually, and evolved into softball and golf and basketball
wow.
and also track. So
Wow,
she's-
and what a track star.
she's basically mastered all of the sports. It was hard deciding which way to go. I can remember when she first went out to the swingers.
Yeah.
She was about 8 years old, and I took her and my then 4-year-old son out and was talking to someone, and I think it was Mr. Hart, and Mr. Meeks walked over and said, so where was she playing before? And I said, no. And they said, no. We said, where she played before? And I said, she's never played. They said, no, we want to know. And I said, no, she's never played
Wow,
golf. They
so
said, well,
was
her
that
swing is so perfect. She just has natural talent that God gave to her. And therefore, it made it difficult for her to decide, I think, which sport to go with, because she's naturally gifted and
how
she's blessed.
Yes, indeed, and it's going to be quite hard for you to let her
That's the other thing.
move. Let's don't cry, okay? We're gonna start crying because I know how that is once they jump up and and that helicopter mom and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We have a tendency. I know I was anyway, but you've done a wonderful job. I remember you bringing them
Thank
to
you.
do the garden tours when they were just wee little children.
She has
and
a
now-
wonderful garden.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, so now to look at them, Chaveevah, it's just
I know.
amazing.
The passage of time, everyone is so adult and ready to move on with life. And, you guys are getting old, and I'm staying exactly the same.
I know, isn't that amazing how we stay the same and
Yeah.
they just change?
Exactly.
And so, congratulations on being a wonderful mom.
Thank you.
And I know you're a single parent, so it even means more. We got to get awards for people like her.
Yes.
Thank
But
you.
Thank you so much, Sherie, for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you for having me.
congratulations to you too, Kerris, there's just a laundry list of accomplishments that you've had, and that's just awesome. And it's just been a great thing for us as your community, seeing you go from one thing to the next. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself that we don't already know that,
Yeah, tell us
our
something. What's your
listening
favorite
audience?
color?
Well, I used to have this thing where every year I would just go through the
Change
rainbow.
colors.
So starting year of 2012 it was red, then 2013 it was orange.
Oh,
and
how
needless to
nice.
say, you ran out of colors. But,
Okay.
So
And
I
you have
think
to buy everything over because
my favorite color changed. I don't know why I did that, but
Okay.
Versatility.
yeah,
There
and I
you
can't
go.
stick to one for too long. But
Yeah.
now I'd have to say it's probably blue. maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
Get that?
Yeah.
Today.
For
Today.
the month, for the rest of the
Okay.
year, maybe we'll see.
That's something some of our viewers may not have known. But go on and tell us a little bit more about what are some things that people may not know about you.
A lot of them, I think, thanks to my mom. I mean, everything I do has been out, just shared and on Facebook and
Oh.
such. But let's see. A lot of people may not know I really enjoy playing musical instruments. I was in band, have been in band.
right.
Well, I didn't this year because I had a college class and band was only first hour, so I wasn't able to do both. And so, but up until this year, I'd been in band since 5th grade, and I've been playing piano since first.
Piano,
All
wow.
percussion instruments.
Yeah, and so
what
like,
did you play in band? Are you
I
in-
played percussion, primarily like the xylophone, marimba. It was just easier to make that transition from piano to xylophone because they're almost identical. So it wasn't one of those things I had to learn how to play something new. It was just easier for me. And so I was playing, like I said, percussion. So those are like the snare drums, all the bells and whistles that you hear in the background.
Oh, sure,
Okay.
yes.
So, and that was really fun for me, being able to stand up, move around, and everything. I wasn't one of those people who wanted to like sit in a chair. Nothing gets it. I know science. Sitting down, but it was just fun to play this instrument on this song, and then maybe this instrument on the next song.
change.
Yeah, just changing up, like being able to play a variety of instruments.
She
And
played.
so the arts. Go ahead.
She played in jazz band in middle school.
Oh wow! I think
Yeah.
the arts broaden your,
It does.
you know,
Yes.
just being involved in music. It's amazing how much you don't know that you can learn just from doing different kinds of music and such. So, yeah, well, that is quite interesting.
What influenced your decision to go with Purdue?
I think it was just a variety of things. I wasn't stuck on any like certain school. I was really open to anything, and that kind of made it hard because there wasn't like, I know a lot of people are like, I want to go to this school, and I've known it since I was 9 years old, and I just wasn't one of those people. And so I think just the proximity to home, I knew that I didn't want to stay in Iowa, but I also didn't want to be like a plane ride away.
You
Okay.
think you didn't want to stay?
I
What?
was just
How?
born and raised here. It's like, okay, it's just trying to
That's
do
gonna be
something
so
different.
different, okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, but I also wanted the opportunity to be able to come home on a weekend if I wanted to. And so
Sure.
it's like, well, I can't go to Texas and California and New York. It's just too far. And so Purdue is about 6.5 hours away, where it's like, okay, I can't just pop up, one Saturday afternoon, but I also could, come for a weekend if I wanted to.
Sure.
And so that was a good thing for me. Just when I did a visit there, just being around the coaches and around the girls, they had the facilities, but they also had just the support there, and it just felt like a good solid program. And then just how they've competed even nationally was like, okay, I know I'm going to a solid place that has everything in place for me to succeed. And so,
Right.
and just aside from track, their accounting program is, I want to major in accounting, and so the major that I'm interested in, their business program is pretty sound as well. So it really just crossed off all my boxes.
Oh, wow.
Thinking about what you were just saying about talking about the school, I know a lot of young people want to play basketball, they want to do sports. Tell our viewers who are looking, what does that really take to go to a college, the back work, the schooling? What effort does it take for you to make sure that you have all your education in order for you to make sure you get to that next process? Because I know a lot of times they think it's so easy, just I just want to play basketball, I want to go to pros, I want to do that. But a lot of times don't realize that you still need to have education. Just tell us a little bit about that process, how important that is to you, and what your achievements were doing that.
Something that's been like very frustrating for me over the years is seeing just the amount of talent, even just like through my 4 years at East, the amount of people who are so good at this sport and that sport and that sport, but they don't have that GPA to take them to the next
Right.
level.
Right.
And so I think education has always been instilled in me since I was a child. And so it's just one of those things that's important to me, going to class, going to get, these A's, these B's and everything. It's just something it's just been important to me. And so, and I also realized that sports are not forever.
Right.
And so if I want to get into this school, maybe I may get there and not like track, okay, but I still have my grades to fall back on. And
That's
so,
right.
I think something that was important was just like when it came to applying for scholarships and everything, I could get this scholarship because I had this ACT score and because I had this GPA.
Yes.
Right.
And so, college is expensive, and if you
Yeah,
have
very.
money, there's money out there for people, and if you can apply for it and get it, it's just only going to help you. And so I think just paying attention to your grades and everything, staying on top of them is only going to benefit you in the end. And high school, realistically, is not that hard.
Okay,
If you-
realistically,
if you show
if you
up-
go to class.
Show-
Yeah, if you
Yes.
show up, you know, just try your hardest, turn in half the assignments, you'll get at least
You'll get
good enough.
get-
science
Okay.
nodding his head.
Like you
Okay,
go to 3 out of 5 of your classes.
Exactly. It's
it's
really
a done
not
deal.
that
It
hard.
is.
Okay.
It
And
is.
so, I mean, it's just important to make sure that you stay on top of those things because, I mean, the talent is there. People are so good at playing
Yes.
basketball, so good at playing football, but realistically, colleges are not going to help you, especially if, you know, everyone wants to go D1, but you have to have a
Yes.
2.3 to get there.
There you go.
So it's like, okay, well, if you slacked off your freshman year and your sophomore year and trying to pick it up in the last
It's
2 years,
not gonna happen.
Your
it won't
third
be good
year
enough.
junior.
Yeah, it won't be
Right.
good enough. And so I think just making sure that you realize that from the moment that you step into the building, that, you know, your freshman year, that you need to be on top of these things.
And that's right. Yeah.
Actually, we talk to students when they're in grade school and middle school just to plant the seeds about education and keeping your grades up and making sure that you study so that when you get to
Right.
high school, it's second nature. So
Because some students aren't on the same playing field. We all know that everybody doesn't have a dedicated mother that is diligent about making them do what needs to be done. So we need those people to fill in the gaps. Zion, we have comments, and then we have to wrap it
Yes,
up.
we do.
You have one comment. Shyla Janice says, "Are you nervous for the next phase in your life playing college sports?
Oh,
Outside of your mom, who's the most influential person in your life?"
me.
I'm nervous every day. I'm nervous before I run in high school meets. I'm just a nervous person, but I am. It'll be different for me. Like I said, you know, just going to Indiana, I know no one. So, I mean, just adjusting to life will be difficult. Well, I'm not going to say it'll be difficult. It'll be different.
It'll be
Fine.
different.
It'll
Yeah.
be different.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do
It'll
it.
be
Yeah.
different, and then, you
Mhm.
know, just changing my whole schedule, going from, you know, running track for these few months to year-round, sun up to
Right.
sundown. It'll be an adjustment to make, but I'm definitely excited for the next phase. If it was something that I didn't think I was capable of doing, then I wouldn't do it. So,
There you go. If
I'm
you
excited.
say you can, I learned this from riding a motorcycle. If you say you can, you can. If you say you can't, you can't.
Can't.
So you got the
Yeah.
right attitude.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you all both, everyone, so much
Yes.
for joining us today
Thank
and
you.
for
Thank you for
sharing.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Yes.
Yes, as always, we had a great time visiting with you guys, and it was great and enlightening, and I'm sure everybody is encouraged and inspired.
Yes.
Yes. And don't forget that I am the best influence. Okay, so write that on your
Yes.
resume. Me and Sherie, right?
Right.
Okay. Because all those garden tours did pay off. Right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I still kill every flower I have, though.
garden like yours when I grow up.
Okay. Keep living, baby. All right. We want to encourage everyone to keep doing what makes you awesome because
Because it
it makes us all look good. See you next time.